Over the course of history, humans have cultivated food from over 6,000 plant species. Today, the breeding of new plant seeds is mostly controlled by corporations prioritizing efficiency, which means that currently just 9 plant species account for 66% of global crop production. This leaves our food system without the biodiversity it needs to withstand severe weather and disease. But you can do something about that. Save the seeds from your garden, helping to ensure your own future food security and an ecologically diverse planet. Here's a short Your Green Space to talk about how.
And label them. All right, so the miracle of seeds. They're such a miracle. From a tiny little acorn, you get the mighty oak. From such tiny little things like the cosmos, we get the beautiful flowers. We have all different varieties of sunflowers, tall, small, different colors, poppies, hollyhocks, tall and short. You get so many beautiful things. So all you really need to do is make sure your seeds are dry, and then you can put them into a container and label them and keep them in a cool, dry space. You don't want to put them in the heat. They sometimes lose their viability if they're hot, but they can be refrigerated or frozen to remain viable. Or up to even at room temperature, but you want to keep them dry and cool. This is what happens if you don't dry them. You get a little problem. These are just all covered with mold. So you want to make sure they're dry, and you can put them into any kind of container. These are little paper bags. You can use an envelope like this. So corn is an easy one to pull off. It's really a fun one to get off the cob. And you want to make sure it's nice and dry before you really save it. So the reason that it's so important to be saving seeds now is that we may not be able to get what we want. There were shortages this year just because so many people were planting and the companies weren't prepared to supply so many seeds to so many people. In addition to that, there are big companies that are genetically modifying seeds so that they cannot be reused. Of course, they want us to buy everything from them. So it may be that we will have to do this to get the varieties we want, because they're not saving everything, and they're not doing much about saving heritage seeds either. So we want to be trying to get the seeds we want, get them saved, and be able to use them when we want to. I'm remembering a quote by Chief Sitting Bull, who said, "Let us gather together and sit and think about how our future generations will be." And I'm also thinking of a quote that was attributed to many different people. I don't know who it came from. It could be the Greeks or the Romans or Confucius. He said, if you want to think about today, plant a flower. If you want to think about 10 years from now, plant a tree. If you want to think about the future, teach the children. And we have with us today Christine, who, while we were at the farm at Colchester, she brought a group of homeschoolers to the farm for 2 seasons, and they brought a wonderful, delightful energy and a vibration to the farm while they were there.
One of the reasons that I brought the kids to the farm, and one of the reasons why I'm an outdoor educator, is because I really feel there's a strong need to connect children with the land. And for many of us, when we were young, we roamed and we played in the woods, and we developed a love of place. And with children inside so much more, they're not developing that. And the earth really needs people who are connected to it. What you don't know, you don't love. And what you don't love, you don't protect. What you don't protect, you don't save. The time is now to really get out there and connect, and don't let perfection rule that. Any bit of planting, any walk in the woods, any bit of connection. You don't need to live on a farm. You don't need to have a farm. Elements are all around us. Soil and water and sun are all around us. And so go for it.
Thank you for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button before you go. We'll see you next time.